Hello everyone, welcome back to The Simple Skeptic. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Hit the little bell, you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. Hit the like button or the unlike button, as I've said before. That's up to you. Excuse me if I seem a little disheveled today. I'm not feeling well. I'll be going to bed as soon as this video is posted. First of all, a huge shout out to those who have pushed me over the 300 mark. Thank you very much. You subscribe now and you can tell your grandchildren that you knew me way back when. I wanted to make this because today in the province of Ontario where I live, we have a lot of protests going on. People protesting outside schools, school board offices, and down at the provincial legislature, Queen's Park. They're protesting about the teaching of gender ideology. Well, they can't, because there's no such thing as gender ideology. And students are not being taught gender ideology. There is gender identity. But there is no gender ideology. I'm not going to try to get into the semantics here and try to describe what the word ideology means to different people. But it has come to mean pushing an idea that doesn't have much evidential backing. Just pushing it for the sake of pushing it because of the way your feelings are. The protesters are the usual suspects, the ultra-right, the fundamentalist religious types, and many who just simply don't understand because they are either willfully ignorant or they haven't been taught properly. And it's the ones who haven't been taught properly who are, I don't know why they're protesting, because if they want to allow it to be taught properly, maybe they would understand. Anyway, I would love to be joining them out there, the counter-protesters, but I'm really not feeling well. Fortunately, the counter-protesters outnumber the protesters by a fair margin. Apparently down at Queen's Park, according to the news reports, there's about 250 protesters on one side and thousands of counter-protesters standing up for freedom on the other side. I don't know where I can go with this much more. I've spoken about it before. You cannot teach sex. You cannot teach sexuality. You cannot teach gender. You can teach about them. You can teach these students, who are, many of them, going through puberty and having a confusing time looking forward in their lives, that this extra confusion they may have is fine. They can accept themselves. Teach others around them. They can accept those people. Teach them that it's nothing to be afraid of. You can't catch sexuality. You can't catch gender identity. You can't catch sex. Those things are pretty well immutable. You're not going to become gay by hanging around someone who's gay. Teachers are not teaching students to be gay or be gender fluid. They're not doing that. They're teaching about it. That's all. I've often described myself as flaming heterosexual. And this may come as a shock to some of those people out there protesting. But it's going to piss them off. But right now I really don't care about pissing them off. Since sex, sexuality, and gender identity all exist on a spectrum, whether those people like it or not, along with me, a flaming heterosexual, they are on that spectrum. That beautiful rainbow spectrum, which we should all learn to love and accept. There's no reason to not accept it. Sex, sexuality, and gender identity are harmless. As I said, you can't catch anything from anyone who's slightly different from you. It can't be taught. It is innate. All right? Now, I don't like the fact that they're out there protesting. But I do love the fact that I live in a society where they are allowed to. Unfortunately, They're using their constitutionally guaranteed freedom of expression to try to take away freedoms from other people. And while we have to tolerate that, we don't have to stand for it. We can push back, and people are. Do what you can. Stand in solidarity with those who wish to live their lives without hurting anyone else. Have a nice day, folks. Stay safe. Somebody want to get me a chicken soup?